Part 3 Final ending of Gateway, other parts down below. Little less than 2 weeks, which is not enough time, and I don't have enough money to get a place or anything. The company decided they are not willing to assist with relocation either, even though I told them I would not need it if I had more time, maybe a couple more weeks. I also would want to put in a 2-week notice at my current job, so the time frame thing just didn't work out for them. Well, I had a discussion with my wife last night over the phone. Things are still pretty shaky in my opinion. She said the feelings have lessened in the last couple days as far as her being so enthusiastic about reconciliation, but that she still wants to work on things. She said she has not flip-flopped on that, but maybe we should take another week before you move in just to protect both of us. I got annoyed. I asked her if she was serious and that it sounds like she is flip-flopping. She said she isn't, but that she is afraid of herself with how fickle she has been lately. She said, as far as what? I told her to just tell me everything. Did anything else happen? She said yes. She said the day after she gave me the divorce papers, she was sure about the decision, so she went to see him and they cuddled and groped each other only on the outside of the clothes. She says she couldn't kiss him and there was no under the clothes at all. I got furious and told her, wow, took you no time to get over me. Guess all that talk about divorcing to be alone was bull crap. She said she is just trying to be honest with me and that nothing more happened, and that she cried for 3 days after being with him. She said, you are the only one using the affair word, and I got mad again and told her it is an affair. Emotional affairs are a real thing, I told her, and now it's gone a bit physical. I asked her, do you really think everything that has gone down with this guy is just fine and no big deal? Do you really not accept any responsibility that things were taken too far? She said, no, I agree with you, I do. I'm a loser, yes, and I cheated on you. I said, you are not a loser, or yes. I brought up the no contact letter. She was a bit confused by it but agreed to write and send it out with me. She said she didn't know how this would work since this guy's department will call their department and she have to answer, and it might be him calling to tell them work-related information. She said she really cannot help that part. I said, well, maybe we could put a part in the letter saying you will not talk to me as a friend and you will never be anything more than a co-worker. She agreed and said she would write the letter and agreed we should send it certified mail. She then told me that she hadn't told her mom that we are working on things yet, but that she is going to. I asked her if she had told her dad. She said yeah, but that she doesn't want to talk about it. I asked her why. And so she told me that he was actually looking forward to me starting new with someone else, but he only saw the negatives I was going through, and honestly it doesn't matter what he thinks. I was hurt. I love her dad. I said, wow, what the hell did I do to him? Holy crap. At this point I was done. I had tears of fury in my eyes and my head felt like it was about to explode. I told her I don't even know what to think anymore and I got to go. She started crying a bit and begged me not to hang up. She kept saying I love you and that she wanted to work on things. She said she is taking this Thursday off work to spend time with me and I should come over after work. She said maybe I can do something that will cheer you up on Thursday, whatever that means. I agreed to talk more on Thursday. Honestly, at this point there is a whole new issue for me. Can I get past the fact that she and this guy put their hands all over each other and possibly more? She swears to high heaven that nothing else happened. I don't know how to get past that in my mind. I want to find and kill this guy. I am so furious and angry about this. I don't know how to get past it. She sounds like she is willing to work past it, willing to sign and send the letter and still work on things, but she sounds like she is still in flux a bit to me. I am so confused and hurt right now. I just feel like walking into oncoming traffic. I would really love to get tougher, but I can't do that magically right now. I am too confused and hurt right now. She sounds like she wants to work on things now, but now that I know she actually did meet up with this guy, I just don't know. She is willing to write and send the no contact letter with me. She is willing to work on things, but I just don't know how people can get over infidelity. I am hurting so bad, I can't stop crying now. I was numb for the past few days and then bam. I am so angry, I am in a whirlwind of emotion and I can't get out. I want to go see her face to face and ask her if they had slept together. I know she probably wouldn't tell me, but I might be able to tell from her facial expressions, etc. If she could admit that, I think it would be easier for me to let go of her. I am destroyed. I am sorry if the below does not make sense. I am trying to type this out the best I can. So, I called her an hour and a half ago. I asked her to tell me the truth. Did anything else happen with this guy that night? She said yes. She said he fingered her and she kissed his penis. I dropped the phone and was shaking uncontrollably. She called back and I said, so you gave him X? She said no, and that she understands it sounds weird, but she didn't. She said they did not sleep together though, just those things were done and some caressing. She said she felt horrible immediately and it made her realize how much she misses me and loves me, as horrible as that sounds. She said last night after we talked, she actually called him and told him she can never see him again. She said he was devastated and started crying. I told her good. She says she still feels bad for him because this is all her fault. She then said she does not want to do the letter as she already devastated him and already told him is it completely over. I told her it is non-negotiable and she really fought it. I told her it is for me as well. I don't know what you told him over the phone. This is for me and us and our marriage. Anyways, I was too devastated and my boss told me to take the day off. I am home now, devastated and sad. She texted me again telling me to please say something. Do you want to still work on things and that she is so sorry she hurt me so bad? Then she also said something that pissed me off. She said he is going through the same pain you are, and even though you don't give two crap about it, I do because I am partly responsible. She called a little bit ago and reiterated that she wanted to work on things. I told her I do as well, but after hearing all this stuff it would take some major work on her end, and this letter is the first step. I also asked her if she truly thinks he is having the same pain I am. I asked her, was he married to you for 7 years? Was he in love with you for 12 years? Not even in the same ballpark. She said, yeah, not exactly the same, and I told her not the same whatsoever. She really fought the letter again, so I said, well, this is something we need to do, but you continue to put this guy's feelings over mine and our marriage, so. She was just silent to that comment. She just kept saying it's just a piece of paper though. I already told him it is truly over, and I told her, well, I don't know what was said. Anyways, she had to go because she was at work. I texted her a bit later saying I am willing to work on things with you, but you are going to have to prove to me that you are truly sorry and want to work on things. Can you do that? She responded with, I feel like it's kicking someone while they are down. Making one person feel more miserable just to make the other person happy. I don't know if I can do that. I responded with okay. Not sure what else to say at this point. It's like this happened and now she realizes she wants to work on things but is scared I won't be able to trust her ever, and she doesn't want to do the letter now. She just texted again saying, is that it then? Are you not going to move back in just because I don't want to do this one thing? I have still not responded, and she just texted again, do you want to come over to the apartment when I'm off work? Maybe work out together then talk. I feel like I am about to go insane. The meeting went bad. I went in, said hello, got that out of the way. She was already devastated when I got there. She immediately told me she is not doing good. I sat down beside her and she put her head down. I put my hand on her shoulder and she backed away and started crying, saying I don't deserve to be touched right now. I let her cry for a bit and just sat there silent. She turned back to me and said, how can you still love me after what I have done? I didn't respond. She looked over to the folder that contained the letter and asked what it was. I told her it was the letter we discussed. I told her if she is able to do this and write this letter, I will be willing to forgive and move forward with working on stuff with her. So, she sat and read it over for a bit. Then she finished and just sat there. I said, well, what do you think? She said, so how does this work? I just give it to him or his boss or something at work? I told her no, we mail it to him certified mail so he has to sign for it. She immediately said, oh no, I am not doing that, I am not doing that. So I said, thinking about her text earlier where she said giving this guy a letter is like kicking someone when they are down, since she already told him it was over. What's funny about your comment earlier that it's like kicking someone when they are down is that you were willing to kick me when I was down and give me papers, and now you are not willing to do this one thing for me, us in our marriage, and give this guy his papers. This is telling me that you put this guy's feeling above mine and above our marriage. She just looked depressed. I got up and slowly walked out. When I got to the door, she yelled to stop and come here. I kept walking and closed the door. I was devastated. I got in my car and started driving. She ran out of the apartment and ran after my car. I stopped the car and she opened the door and was crying and grabbed the folder with the letter and off the chair. We didn't say a word to each other for 5 minutes or so. She just kept reading over the letter. She then asked if she could have a few minutes and asked if I would just pull back into the lot just for a few minutes. We pulled back in and sat there. She started talking about how she has no idea how she became so infatuated with this other guy, and that she was so sure she wanted to work on things just like she was when she wanted the divorce, but now she doesn't know. She said, all I know is I have feelings for this other guy and I don't want to send this letter. I said, then what are you still doing in my car? She said depressingly, yeah, you're right. I can't keep pulling you in and then doing this to you, and grabbed the door handle but didn't open it. She sat back in the chair instead and cried a bit. Out of nowhere she asked me if I want kids. I told her I do someday, definitely. Weird question. I asked her why she is asking and she said she was just wondering. Okay. I told her I can't do this dance with her anymore, I won't. I told her I will be over to get the rest of my stuff in a few days with my friend and that I will proceed with the divorce on my end. She looked very sad the whole time and kept reading over the papers again and again. Finally, I told her, well, it's getting hot out here and I need to leave soon to get to bed. She said, can I sit on this letter for a day or two? I just want to think about it by myself. I said, you can do whatever you want. I am still proceeding with getting my stuff and the divorce. At this point I already had my answer and it is over. She took the folder with her to think about it on her own, but the level of dishonesty and disrespect towards me is just, no other guy would have put up with this, I really don't think. I have tried to be as understanding and patient as I can, even to a fault of hurting myself emotionally. I did not want to give up on my sweetheart, but now I have to. I am in so much pain right now while typing this and I am crying. I feel like part of me is happy the other has suffered a great loss and will never heal. Today my wife texted me and said she loves me and that her friend will be completely moved out tomorrow and that maybe her spending some time alone in the apartment will be good for her. I told her I love you too. Okay, I can understand why you would want more time. I am still planning on coming over with Nate, my friend, on Saturday to get the rest of my stuff. She replied later, okay. So unfortunately, my marriage is actually over completely. There is no coming back from this or what she has done. I just don't see it anymore. My sweetheart that I loved and who loved me is dead or never actually existed in the first place. Like being stuck in a bad dream, I feel like the last 12 years have been a waste and a constant betrayal. I have no idea how to recover from this. I do know I am done with this person. Anyone have any tips for dealing with the massive chest pain that feels like my heart is going to explode? The crying, the depression, the thinking about her with this guy in my apartment. I am going to play some video games with a friend tonight after work and try to eat something and just relax. I could not eat anything yesterday. I have dropped 34 pounds now, probably not the healthy way, but I am working on eating better and working out. I just can't get rid of the thoughts above. The betrayal is just horrible feeling. I'm such a mess right now. It was definitely the worst evening of my life. My wife basically told me she cares for another man she barely knows a couple months, more than me. Hard to stomach, but I did just find a camel. Oh, and I also just printed out the divorce papers and am filling them out right now. My wife just texted me. Thank you for coming over yesterday. I had a nice chat with my mom last night. I'm feeling better today. Then, I love you. Then, I was in disbelief with how much pain I was causing everyone. I wasn't thinking very clearly because of it. So sorry for me being so unstable yesterday. I have not yet responded because, well, none of that sounds like anything I want to really hear, and at this point words mean two things, Jack and crap. And Jack left town. Okay, woke up this morning. She had texted again at 1:28 a.m. Please remember me for how I was on Saturday. That is the real me. Your wife who loves you. I'm still here and I want to work on things. So far I have not responded, but I would be fibbing if I said I am not tempted to tell her something along the lines of actions speak louder than words. Not sure what to do here. My logical side says, nope, do not respond unless she is begging and saying she will write the letter. My logical side is also saying, are you sure you will be able to forgive her for what has happened anyways months down the road? She also works at a job where she may have contact with this guy once in a while, and I doubt she will want to look for a new job as this is the job she always wanted as a kid, her dream job, I guess. I know people will say you should put your marriage before the job, but I don't see her looking or accepting that I would want her to find a new job. She just texted me, you and I were separated, meaning temporarily not together. That thing you want me to write out is for an affair while the couple is together. An affair is something I did not commit, and I still didn't sleep with her, even when I thought we were getting a divorce. Everyone, including my mom, thinks writing that out is absolutely unnecessary and adding fuel to the fire. I am sitting here telling you I want to work things out and go through therapy. I'm over the other guy and it's done. You need to move on from this affair thing that I didn't even do. It scares me how loosely you throw the word around. Does this mean if I go to have drinks again with coworkers you will consider it cheating? Both of us will have to trust each other. I don't know that when we are back together you will give up on working on yourself. I don't know that you will go back to old habits and ask me for some money when you spent money on something stupid and then couldn't pay your bills. I don't know if you will not make payments on debts and I will get a call or court summon again. Happened once for an old credit card. I don't know, but I want to trust you and try again. A letter will not change that. And I also don't know if we will have a passionate romantic love that I've always craved, but I am willing to trust that we can work on it through therapy. You see, I am not the only person who needs to work on regaining trust here. I got a lot of broken promises from you over the years too. Last night was interesting. I'm sure you are all going to want to slap me. Possibly. Anyways, I was at home last night with my two friends I am living with, sitting in my room filling out the divorce papers and eating some broccoli. The doorbell rings. It's my wife. She comes in with a balloon and a card and she is crying. She says she can't believe what she texted me earlier that day after she read it. She said she realizes what she did was so incredibly terrible and begged me on her knees if there was any chance I could ever take her back. She said she literally cannot say anything for what she has done because there are no words to describe or prove how sorry she truly is for everything that has happened. She said she admits to being unfaithful. She admits to blame shifting everything onto me because she felt so defensive, and when I didn't respond to her text it made her realize that I was in fact her man, and it made her realize I was fine with leaving her, or something like that, and something snapped in her. She said she didn't want to do the letter because she doesn't know where he lives and she doesn't want anything to do with him at all. She doesn't want to even write his name as it makes her sick to her stomach. She doesn't want to look up his address because he moved recently, I guess. She said she doesn't want to think about him anymore at all. She is over him completely. Seems quick to me, and looking up his address and writing this letter to him will put her back in a place she doesn't want to go. I really got the feeling from her that she felt incredibly disgusted at what she did with this guy to the point where she is not comfortable doing anything that concerns him. This still concerns me a little, but the other stuff she said was convincing enough that I am willing to see what happens here. She said she had talked with her friend, the one I live with, earlier that day, after she texted me all that horrible crap, and her friend helped her think about things. I found out later from her friend that she told my wife, "You had better snap out of whatever fog you are in, you are going to lose him today, permanently. This is not a joke anymore. If you don't want him, fine, but you better be prepared then to lose him forever, because I talked with him today and I can tell he is done with you. This great guy who has stood by your side for 12 years that has done nothing wrong is about to leave you." Anyways, my wife said that after she got off the phone with her friend that she read the text she sent me again and she just lost complete control of herself and fell to the ground in the bathroom crying, asking herself, "What have I done?" I sat next to her while she was telling me all this and read her card. It was very sweet. It was very mature, surprisingly. She admitted to everything and took responsibility. She said she wants to spend the rest of her life making it up to me and she just hopes it's not too late for me to accept her back. She said she knows what she did was absolutely horrible as well as how she treated me. The card contained my apartment key, a picture of her and I from years ago, and a date night coupon. It was all very sweet. She got on her knees and started bawling again while I was reading it, and she asked me if I could ever take her back after this. I sat there reading the card and thinking about everything. I told her outright, "You better promise me that the flip-flopping is done. If you flip-flop again, I am walking." She said she promised to God, on her mom, dad, on everything. I told her I would move back in and see how things go. I told her I am still hurt but we can work on it, and that her coming over and actually admitting to everything and taking responsibility was a huge thing for me. She basically jumped on me and would not stop kissing me for about 10 minutes while crying. It was very messy, So, it all felt pretty good. However, the letter. Part of me understands where she is coming from on this one. Part of me doesn't care and wants her to do it still. However, she seems to be truly sorry for everything and doesn't want to revisit those thoughts. Rest assured, we agreed we will talk about this further in therapy together. I am hoping the therapist can help her see my point of view on that. So, everything feels pretty good now, but part of me is still dead from this. I have a huge wall up right now, and though I am moving in, I feel better about myself to the point where I am not kissing her ass anymore. I feel like I am the one in control, and I will continue to work on myself after I move in. I know now that I can handle a lot and am stronger than I ever thought I was. I know that I have great friends in real life and on this site that will be there for me, and that combined with the self-confidence I am getting every day from getting in shape, even if things don't work out with her, I feel I will be fine. Things went okay. She offered for me to call the other guy to prove it was over. She showed me the text she sent to him and that he sent to her. Yeah, it's over. It was harsher than the letter. She said she knows she doesn't love him at all and she can't live without me. She gave me the honest play-by-play of what happened the night she thought we are 100% getting divorced. They actually did not sleep together. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they didn't. It actually got super awkward, I guess. They had some heavy petting and she was about to go further and started crying. He got pissed and started pressuring her. She got really turned off and he left. She said the next 3 days she cried her eyes out because she felt like trash for what she had done. Anyways, the second night I am home we have a date night, go to a movie and cuddle. It gets intimate that night. I have not been with my wife for slightly over 2 months, so I am horny, of course. So, we start doing it. It was too soon, obviously. It was dark, couldn't see anything, a lot of pressure on me. It ended quick and bad. She went to the bathroom and cried, while I was just pissed that pressured her already the second day after moving back in. She came back to bed and we talked a bit. She said she just doesn't feel like she actually wants to sleep with me. I asked her if it's because of the weight I have put on and she said yes. She said she just got horny talking with the other guy and it felt really good to feel those kinds of intense physical attraction emotion. She said, but I want to feel them for the person I love. I asked her, do you think me losing weight is honestly going to make you more attracted to me physically? She said I am willing to bet on it. I think it would be really tragic if you lost a ton of weight and got in shape and I still didn't feel attracted to you physically. But I guess I would just have to live without those feelings. Then she started crying a little. She then reiterated that she knows this is going to be hard on both of us, me more than her. She said she loves me so much and that she feels like she awoke from something. Makes me wonder if this is that fog everyone talks about with affairs. She said she wants to work on things and we scheduled our marriage counseling session for next Tuesday the 30th. I am hoping the counselor can help us. So, I am happy to be back. My wife is very happy I am back and excited at how much weight I have lost. I am just depressed that it may take over a year to lose all the weight, and during that entire time my wife may not be interested in me at all physically. I am hoping the counselor can help bridge us together somehow, as I feel like intimacy and emotional connection must be one of their more common issues they deal with. I can tell my wife is very committed now and is very sorry for what she has done. We are just missing that physical connection. I can definitely see my weight being a key factor in that. We have started working out together as well. We worked out together the other night and she got to see the full routine I go through now. She told me later that night, wow, I have never seen you work out like that before. Was like a different person. She also keeps telling me how good I look, which is strange to me since she doesn't find me attractive right now. Maybe she should just say you don't look as terrible. Sorry, low self-esteem came out a bit there. So, my plan is to just work on myself, masturbate a lot so I don't pressure her for bonding all the time and make her uncomfortable. However, I am giving myself an internal time limit on this. If after 6 months she has made no changes towards me, this is with therapy and me still losing weight, then I think I might call it quits. I think 6 months is a good amount of time for some sort of progress to be made. I am just depressed still and kind of skeptical that therapy can reconnect two people intimately and emotionally. However, I guess that's what they say they do, so we will see. The last couple days have been very nice. We spend time together, smiling, kissing and cuddling while watching movies or going out shopping. Going to movies, had a drink one night, etc. It's been very nice, and she has been very honest about the other guy. For example, we were about to go work out and she stopped and said, "So I just want to be honest with you about something. This armband that holds my phone when I am working out, the other guy gave it to me. Do you want me to throw it out?" And she started heading for the garbage. I told her yes and that I will buy her a new one, which I did the next day. It was strange to hear her basically say that it would be tragic if I lose a bunch of weight and get in shape and she still is not attracted to me physically, but that she would live without it. She told me that her love for me is far more important than the physical attraction emotions she felt for this other guy. She basically said she would live unhappily with me if she still doesn't feel it with me. I was thinking to myself when she said that, yeah right, I will drop you like a bad habit if I get in shape and you still are not interested physically. We had a long talk that day about everything and I was able to get a lot off my chest as she could tell there was something wrong with me and kept asking if I am okay. Now I am still kind of split emotionally. I am worried, emasculated, happy, depressed, excited for the future. I have no idea what the future holds for me at this point. I just know that my wife is back to her old self again, but we have major issues that I am not sure can be fixed. My wife says she is in love with me and really wants to work on things, so that is a good thing. Like I said, I have set an internal time limit on this situation where if there are no improvements, I will be leaving the marriage. I don't want to give up because she is not physically attracted to me, especially since I want to get in shape for myself and she seems excited about my weight loss and has even said it is a major factor for her. I have to be honest here with you guys as well. This was a lot of weight I put on. When we first were together I was still kind of a big, chubby dude at slightly over 200 pounds at 5 feet 9 inches. Over the years I have gone up to 289 pounds. 89 pounds added. God, that's a lot. I guess if the tables were turned, I would not be physically attracted to my wife either if she gained 89 pounds. I am not trying to justify other stuff she has done, just more hoping and trusting that losing that weight will either help me get my self-esteem back and be proud of myself again, and maybe it will also have a good effect on our marriage. I am definitely keeping my wits about me. I have a huge wall up right now and probably will for a long time. Anyways, the night went well. I worked out, came home and took a shower. I was in a bad mood, so I did not say much to my wife at all. She asked me, "Okay, what is wrong?" I told her I had a bad day and didn't want to talk about it. We watched a movie together and after the movie I went straight to bed, didn't say anything. She turned off all the lights in the place and then came to bed as well and caressed my back for a long while. I woke up later and turned and started caressing her and she immediately got pretty horny, so we ended up sleeping together. We sat there and talked for a bit. I told her I noticed she was very horny and asked her what she was thinking about during. She said she is not going to lie, she was fantasizing to get horny but that it felt good. I got a little angry again and told her, well, I guess I should call the guy and thank him, and we had a bit of an angry conversation about the other guy, therapy, etc. She said she wants to be with me 100% and that she doesn't know what else to do to get past this for me. She said she pleaded me to take her back and that she wants to be in this marriage with me and work on things. We went back and forth about many subjects, the letter, the other guy, therapy, and a lot of it was pretty angry conversation. I also told her from now on, keep comments like just thinking about, or when I would talk to this guy, I would get horny and wet to herself. She said she was just being honest about how strong the physical attraction was. I told her yes, and you can discuss that with your personal therapist, but I do not need or want to hear that crap ever again. I told her these are very hurtful comments that she can never take back and I will have a hard time ever forgetting, so she should keep them to herself when she is around me because I don't want to hear them. Then we started talking through everything. Something switched and we were both more positive and hopeful about our marriage. She talked about how much she loved me to death and that she really needs therapy to get through some stuff in her head and to get this other guy out of her head when we are being intimate. I told her earlier when the conversation was heated, in a pissed off way, do you really think I am going to live up to your fantasies? She said no, but those are fantasies, honey. I just want to be physically attracted to my husband. And then she said, I can tell you have been working extremely hard on yourself and I love you for that. She said how excited she was that I am losing weight, and at the same time she understands it is going to take time. We talked and laughed like we did before any of this happened and it felt really good. She even started crying a little and said, I love you so much. I miss this. I miss how comfortable we are with each other. I miss how much fun we have just talking and being with each other. We talked and joked for another hour or so about random non-relationship stuff, and what started as a heated angry night turned out very loving and happy night. I told my wife last night that I was not comfortable with her going out with her friend to the bar. She did fight me on it a bit, saying it was just for an hour and then they were going to go eat. We did end up having a discussion where she offered that I come out with them to eat. This conversation was strange. She was angry, warned that she was going to sleep on the futon, then went back and said fine, she won't go out with her friend, and then back to you are watching my every move like a dog. To wow, if you don't trust me this much then we have major issues. To I'm sorry I got so defensive and angry. If you don't want me to go, that sucks, but I will get over it. She said I realized that she really doesn't give two crap about how I feel in all this. I told her she can go out with her friend and that I am not stopping her, just letting her know how I feel about it. She said something about wanting me to not make her my entire life. She said, you are a huge part of my life, but you are not my entire life. We need to have time apart as well, which I agreed. Unfortunately for me, her time apart involves going to the bars with a promiscuous single friend of hers. So yeah, things are not good at all, I feel. At this point I am going to pull the 180 on her again. She can go out and do whatever the hell she wants. Obviously she doesn't care how I feel. I am going to start going out with co-workers every night as well. I have been turning them down to go get drinks or hang out all night because I was trying to be a responsible husband, but I guess that's just too beta of me. I am going to just have fun with myself and my friends and co-workers. I am done making plans with my wife. I am done trying to fix things. I can't fix anything, obviously. I am just going to act like we are two friends living together that might see each other once in a while. I hope therapy can help us bridge the gap between us right now, but I am skeptical. Our first marriage counseling session is next Tuesday the 30th. I really lack patience, I think, and I feel like it will be my downfall. I want her to be more physical with me now. I feel like I have been losing weight. She should be overjoyed and excited. She said she was excited and initiating things already. But I know that's not true really, and that this is going to take time and therapy, and even then, it might not work out and she may never initiate anything. I am happy to be back in my apartment with her and talking with her and enjoying each other's company again, but I still feel rejected, betrayed, belittled, disrespected, and taken for granted when she doesn't physically show me otherwise. Maybe I have a problem as well. The therapist said that she felt my wife was living a superficial life. Yes, she said that to her. I almost started laughing. My wife just kept saying that she wants what she felt for this other guy, only she wants to feel it with me, and I kept saying that is unrealistic to a point. So, the therapist says she has some ideas to help bridge the gap between us and that we should not focus on that because it is a useless emotion as these things change with time. Anyways, we did laugh a lot during the session, just talking about the things that have happened during this whole time and funny things about ourselves in general. We left in our separate vehicles, but before I got in my car my wife came over, hugged me and gave me a big kiss on the lips and told me she loves me. I went home and worked out and talked with a few friends the rest of the night. She texted me later that night saying she loves me and asking if I will be up when she gets home. I told her I love her too and that I am not sure I will be up. She gets home early in the morning. Anyways, I went to bed, but she did come cuddle me when she got home. So not really sure what to think of things. Just going to try and work on we and keep going to marriage counseling, reading, having date nights, etc. Things are looking up, but there is a long unknown road before us. At this point I am feeling pretty good about either direction we head. I have lost 40 pounds now and am feeling better and more confident every day. We are going to really work on this and I hope it all works out now. My comment: OP never can let her go. The only positive part of this lesson is he started working on himself. I hope it was for himself, not for gaining his wife's attraction. He became a plan B. Even if you love your partner, you should let them go. And if you let them go, and they still come back to you, then you are not a plan B.